Strangers is a weird film. It's infamous for the exploding headshot, but awesome gore effects aside, it's a film that has a strange plot and a strange sense of direction, with weird pacing and shot placements. The soundtrack has a very strange sound to it, this 8-bit design laid over top, and I think it works really well. The movie has an ending that'll kind of have you asking what the hell just happened. It is very much top to bottom a Cronenberg film, plus the cast is stellar. No one really of note outside of this film for the most part, not in a bad way, but everyone here has great performances. The movie kicks off with our confused man, Cameron, who we learn is a scanner. Scanners are people who have the innate ability to have a Jedi mind trick over people. They can read their minds and force them to do things. Cameron is taken by this facility run by Dr. Ruth. Ruth tries to teach him how to channel his abilities so he can help them track down a rogue scanner, Daryl Revick. He finds other scanners along the way who add to the body count. You go on to learn about this drug Emerald, which is later revealed to be what creates the scanners. Dr. Ruth was the creator of the drug, and it was used during pregnancies, but the babies became scanners, which was the side effects that were run with it. And in the finale, when Daryl and Cameron meet, it's finally revealed, Luke, I am your brother. And Ruth is your daddy. Yeah, it's a little weird, but we kind of get there. Cameron also whines over the death of Ruth, even though he just met him in the beginning of the film, which was like a day ago. It's kind of like when Luke whines over Ben's death, kind of ironically. The two brothers were test subjects for this drug. They became the first scanners and the most powerful. So they have a scan-off, and a scene that was done real well, honestly. Some effects in the film are top-notch. The head exploding is one of the greatest special effects stunts in the 80s. I mean, altogether. The shots later in the film, both flaming and exploding mannequins, not so great. But the finale doesn't hold much back, and I love the use of inflatable bladders and prosthetics getting large veins popping into their hands and heads. Cameron lights a flame, and his eyes melt into the back of his head, exploding out. The two brothers form one consciousness and leaving one body. Scanners really is a strange watch. I know I already sort of said that to death already, but the film is like no other. Cronenberg even came out and called it his most difficult film to make, and I believe it. There's a lot of moving pieces here, a lot of sets, expensive effects, explosions, tough scenes to translate from script to film, and not even to mention pulling off the head explosion. And since then, Scanners has grown so big, 2 direct sequels were made, and another 2 spin-offs were produced. In 2007, a remake was announced, but so far, not much has been advanced. And we are now in our 3rd push for a television adaptation, currently as of 2022. There's a scene in the beginning where the soundtrack takes over the scene, and it really is a great use of sound design, where you don't even need the room tone or dialogue. It's honestly one of my favorite scenes in all of horror. The film has become so iconic with the genre, yet struggles still to grow past its cult status. The Howard Shore soundtrack feels techno-based at times, but blends perfectly into an organic setting, and then it's right back into fast-paced 8-bit blaring scores. On top of this, the Mark Irwin cinematography can range from just okay at times to really something special. It still fits the mood of the film and enhances the viewing. Although, I wonder if any of the sequels kept this in mind. I have all 4 on my watch list, but they'll have to be for another time.
All right. We're gonna do it the scanner way. I'm gonna suck your brain dry. Everything you are is gonna become me. You're gonna be with me, Cameron, no matter what. After all, brothers should be close, don't you think?